All right, folks. Welcome to PAX 2012, Day 3. If you're still alive, congratulations. We're almost alive. I like the fact I've got progressively more disheveled as I've gone through. I don't even have a tie anymore. It's just the way of it.
Yeah.
I think it was stolen by a PAX guy's swag. It's just how it gets. Oh, well, we've got some more Planetside action coming in right now. It's going to be good.
Awesome, yeah.
All right, so those of you who happen to be actually in the beta on server West 01, which is the server that we've been featuring throughout this particular show, we can happily announce that at the Havar facility there is delicious cake.
Yes.
So that means you must eat it.
But it is not a lie.
Bear in mind the other factions are also after the delicious cake, so we would suggest that you head on in there and get them pretty damn quickly, otherwise you won't be getting anything out of it. All right, we're about ready to go in the game. Once again, we'll be using our aerial cam view to see what's going on. There we go. So aerial camera is something brand new that the developers just put in there to let you see Planetside from a different perspective.
Yeah, we're trying to make it so that you guys can see the battlefield in an entirety instead of just seeing the first-person view of one person. So hopefully you enjoy this.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, actually. The perspective of an individual soldier is good if you're looking for just solid, hey, you know, how good is this guy at FPS? But the problem with Planetside is that you can be as good at FPS as you want, but that's not going to stop a galaxy dropship from landing on your head or something like that. So.
And as we saw yesterday, a huge swarm of aircraft can do quite some damage, even if they're not dropping people every second. So.
Yep. Nice little aircraft battle going on here. Loving it. Mosquito now moving in to engage the Reavers around there. Quite a lot of Reavers. You'll notice they're kind of in a standoff position. They're being able to use their ground rocket attacks to deal with enemies on the ground, and they can just soften up any defenses. This is a good tactic if you want to follow it up with a galaxy drop onto one of those large air pads.
And you see what he's doing? He's just spamming that doorway so people can't come out, and that's like one of the locations that people can come out of. So if they actually had an aircraft at all those doors, they could keep the people inside there quite well.
Yes, absolutely. But that is a position where you want to think, all right, okay, they've got aircraft spamming. What do I do? Well,
yeah,
I'm going to swap out for a couple of AA Maxes and then charge out and then pick them off. So there's always a way around these tactics, and with these much larger bases this time as opposed to Planetside 1, it's much harder to lock an entire base down with just a few aircraft.
Yeah, you actually need, well, you have a lot more entrances into a base, so. And not only that, but our capture points allow you to, you know, spread out your team there. So you're going to have to hold each of the like smaller capture points as well as like the main one. Yeah. In order to capture the entire base.
Two galaxies coming in right now. Look to be Terran Republic
look like
from here.
They're not going to Havar. We are hanging out at the biolab apparently.
Well, they are now moving in. The question is, what are they planning on doing? There is a galaxy already landed on the air pad over there, which is a completely legitimate tactic. It's been done quite a few times already, but if you want to really take an area like this, you want to not just put it there, but also deploy to the bottom there too.
One of them did get blown up right at the bottom there. I don't know if you saw that. Things
are already getting messy, which is interesting considering this is quite early in the morning. Obviously, this is the US West server, so nerds on Sunday like to sleep until midday, so I'm told.
Well, hopefully we can get a few people in there. What is this guy doing on top of the base? So galaxies can also deploy, and then you can use them as a spawn point. So maybe he's trying to deploy right there for a spawn point up at the top.
I wonder if you can. I mean, it might be possible.
It definitely is. I'm just wondering.
That's an interesting place to park it, but no, it looks like he hasn't been able to deploy, so he's going to have to take off there. It happens. Well, this place is already getting a little bit messy, as you would expect. Biolabs are probably, it's certainly my favorite facility from what I've seen so far, but the amount of crazy indoor combat that goes on in that forested area, and also the way that you attack it is quite unique. The air pads lead to these really great assaults. If you can keep a galaxy alive on there, just keep spawning units, then you'll be able to force your way inside the base.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of just little corridors that you're pushing through.
Yeah.
And there's lots of great places for snipers as well. So that's why I kind of like that place. It's cool.
It is.
And as we were talking about before, there's so many vertical areas that you can be in. So you got to watch the people that are above you. And even within our smaller bases, like the biolab inside, you're still getting that.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that doorway.
I would not either.
It's nothing a few AA Maxes wouldn't sort out, but you need to get enough out there. If you just send out one at a time, they're just going to get obliterated. I think he's actually using a couple of miniguns as opposed to any kind of flak, but I don't know how long he'll live through that. Ah, the NC have actually managed to deploy here, so they've got a few troops on the ground.
They got
Smart.
a turret, yeah.
Yeah, I liking the turret very much so. Oh, wow. NC Galaxy's come down in a ball of flames. It's still alive. It's managed to get its deployment off, which means its shields are now up. So it may be able to live, and if that stays there, then the NC will be able to push in here.
That engineer could probably actually help repair it, but I don't know. Well, it looks like it's getting repaired, so hopefully it will survive.
Really smart. Engineers deployed an ace turret over there, but then gets sniped off by a Terran Republic trooper inside. More rocket spam coming down. Reavers were always known for rocket spam, and this is no exception.
And that's something to note, is that every vehicle can be customized, so you can add different weapons to every vehicle. And like we were talking about before, it's almost like you have a completely new vehicle once you're adding like an AA weapon versus an AV weapon, or an AI weapon onto your vehicle.
I'm very surprised that Galaxy's still alive, but they're holding it together. Now, this is the kind of situation where, oh, hello.
We have some Vanu that are coming in right around the corner there. I saw some scythes.
Yeah.
Liberator.
And a Galaxy now.
Oh, yeah, giant three-way.
Oh, never mind.
That was brutal.
Well, that was the Vander's attempt to take in the base. Needless to say, it failed horribly.
They'll be back.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that.
Let's see what's going on in Havar. Do we get some people pushing over there?
Yeah, I'm interested. So if we can have our pilot take us over to Havar. Let's see if there's anything going on there.
So I see an NC tank pushing in.
Yep. We had a little bit of a call to arms. We wanted to see which of the outfits was best, and we said, well, all three factions should go and attack Havar. But of course, it takes some time to get mobilized. Yeah,
so definitely come over here. If you're on beta, beta West 01 is where you want to be.
Yep, that's US, of course.
Yep.
US West 01.
And we are trying to get people to fight at Havar if we possibly can.
Yep.
I think they might be trying to tactically push over there.
Yeah.
Just go in there. Who cares if you own something around it?
That's something, actually, I was reading through the patch notes last night, and obviously it's beta, so it's very much subject to change. The recent change indicated that you need to own a hex next to a territory you wanted to capture.
Oh, that's probably why people are trying to push then.
Yeah, that's brand new, actually.
Yeah.
So that's something they're testing out. I mean, you guys have done all sorts of crazy changes.
Yeah.
Like, you decided to change the squad size from 6 to 12. And this is the kind of thing you can test in beta and see, well, what works best.
Yeah, we've been testing a lot of things. So right now is a perfect time for us to experiment, try new things. So I guess we're going to try the hex where you actually have to have a location next to it.
Yeah.
So let's see if maybe we can look at the whole entire map and see what we're going with in a few minutes here.
If we could have a quick look at the map. All right.
So the NC does own a location, but the Vanu are trying to push over there. Hopefully people let them do that so we can get a giant three-way.
Yeah. There's actually a hotspot at Havar. We can very clearly see it on the hotspot list down to the bottom left there. Right there.
Awesome.
Yep. Stuff is about to happen.
And something to note while we're looking at this map, as he's zooming in, that's the location that we're at right now. And when you zoom out, that's just one base.
Yeah.
We're not even at the base right now, but like if you zoom out, it's just crazy.
Yeah. That's capture point A for Havar right there that our cameraman is currently floating in front of. And this facility is actually quite spread out. Notice you've got capture point A is a building to the bottom right. B is a tower to the bottom left. And then D, E, and F are both internal points inside the actual facility itself, with C an outpost to the north.
Yeah, and so the concept here is that you want to capture as many and hold them as long as you can. The longer you hold it, the more tickets you get. And once you get the maximum amount of tickets, the base is owned by you. And then there is a re-encrypting time, so you get to hold the base and reap the benefits for quite a bit of time, and then it swaps over and you can actually retake it again.
Reaver coming in right now, thinking, ooh, a strafing one on that Galaxy might be a good idea. He may be able to pull that off. Havar's currently quite quiet, but that's because I believe most of the fighting is actually going on at Rashnu. That's what we saw on the map. There was a red hotspot, which usually means that's pretty hectic.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to avoid the big fights, then have a look on the menu, see where the hotspots are.
Oh, collision.
It's still airborne. Well, that's one way to fight. The Reaver actually ends up on the tail of the Mosquito right now, both on fire. Smoke pluming from both as well. Will the Mosquito actually be able to evade that Reaver?
If he can stay behind him, and he just crashes.
Oh, look, NC pilots are hopeless. Everyone is not surprised by that.
They're taking tips from Clegg, apparently.
Yes, and you should never do that.
He's like, what?
That was quite comical. Once again, TR superiority in the air is proven.
Oh, goodness. It's because there's no sights there. They would have taken
Well, I was going
them
to say, there's no Vanu with their overpowered planes, you know. Like, oh, we can turn on a dime. We can
See,
go around
that's
the hill.
his excuse for everything. The Vanu are just OP.
Vanu OP?
Because we
Vanu
apparently
OP.
kill you alive.
The Lasher. The Lasher. That's all I need to say. The Lasher from
It's not in
Planetside
yet. You
1.
can't blame it on the Lasher.
I can blame everything on the Lasher. You don't need any skill to use a Lasher. You just fire it vaguely down a corridor and things die.
No way.
Terrible weapon.
The Lasher actually takes some skill because you have to kite people and figure out where they're going, what the direction.
Oh, I see.
Whereas
That's how it is.
You are the spammer, TR. You just spam all the bullets all over the place.
After the first 5 bullets, the cone of fire's all over the place. You've got to be very skilled to use that weapon.
And that's something to note. Every Empire has a different play style. So depending on if you like rapid fire, lots of bullet spam, TR is where you need to go.
Yep.
AKA if you suck at aiming.
If you want the biggest challenge, if you want a challenge where you have so many bullets that managing to hit with all of them is particularly difficult, TR is what you want.
And then NC has the more heavy hitting, direct fire. You're going to see them, like shotguns are their primary, the jackhammer was their primary weapon in Planetside, so that's kind of a big thing for them. And then the Vanu Sovereignty has a little bit more unconventional weapons, and they use energy weapons, so you're going to see different styles from them.
They're essentially a bunch of alien-loving heretics who decide to steal technology that is clearly unholy and wrong.
Technology equals might, man.
Loyalty until death.
Keyword, death.
Keyword loyalty, not something the Vanu would know anything about.
Looks like we are getting some action here.
Yeah, it's slowly doing that. We've got a couple of TR troopers now moving from a deployed galaxies, now taking fire from... Oh, here's the scythe. There we go. Very fancy.
It's beautiful. A whole swarm of those.
Angry bees. The NC
Looks
are now
like
moving in
they
as
do
well.
some tanks right there. There is a little lightning...
On fire.
TR lightning back there. He could probably take that out, but...
Probably.
I don't know. You might want to watch out for the Vanguard.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with it. It's usually not a great idea.
It's going to try to assault this one, I think, and try to hopefully take this location, maybe. I know that the NC did have a location nearby, so they're probably going to be able to start hacking this. The Vanu are going to take a bit of time since they have to go up, down at the bottom there.
Yeah, it takes a while to take a facility like this. You think, oh, well, I've got a tank, I can take a facility. Well, not really. I mean, a tank isn't much use indoors. You've got to get out of the tank in order to capture, and then, of course, if there's defenses inside, it can be a bit of a push. Each of these capture points inside a facility is kind of like a small FPS map in and of itself. So if you think about King of the Hill or Take and Hold kind of objective in a traditional FPS game, think about all those capture points. Each of those represents that.
Yeah, so if you're thinking of like a Call of Duty map or a Battlefield map, like one of our bases is one of their maps.
Yeah. In fact, I'd say that in this case, one of the bases is much larger than one of their maps.
In the entirety. I'm talking about just the interior.
Yeah, but if you compare, people are going to draw comparisons to this, so we might as well address it. Call of Duty maps obviously much, much smaller than a facility like this. Like, if you think about one of the maybe 2 or 3 capture point outpost facilities, that's probably a COD map. Battlefield, this big 64-player map,
like
probably
a
about a
entire
facility.
Base,
about a facility, give or take. But what you do have in this is a much larger vertical element. You see these bases are actually very tall. There are multiple floors. You can land on top of them. You can drop on top of them. You can jump jet over the walls. So those are things to consider.
And again, that's something that we haven't been seeing people utilize as much. So maybe if you are in the game right now, let's see some massive jump jet action. I'd love to see a whole squadron or platoon of people just jump jetting up over walls.
That would be wonderful, yeah. And bear in mind, this is a good place to show off your outfit's skill.
Do we have a Max?
Not like that.
There. He's just...
Yeah, Max Unit versus a light trooper only tends to go one way.
Oh. What's this tank shooting at? A tree?
I haven't actually seen that before. I noticed some like heat haze coming from the tank. That's... you got smoke and heat haze, which is very nice.
It's getting warm.
Yeah, in this case, the original Planetside didn't have locational damage, at least until the Battle Frame Robotics patch was brought in, and even then it was only for them.
It was only for them, yeah.
Yeah, which we don't talk about BFBOS. But whatever the case, in this case, you've got tanks which have good armor on the front, some have good armor on the side, depending on how you set it up, on the back, things like that.
And you can customize it. And as we were talking about before, if you want to run with your whole platoon, you could have the people running on the side having side armor, the ones in the back with back armor, and the ones in the front wearing front armor. And you can actually push as a whole platoon. It's pretty awesome.
That would be fantastic. The forest starting to heat up just a little bit here.
Yeah, as people are getting more hexes, it seems like they're starting to push in.
Yeah.
The NC has been trying to capture some little locations, but the TR are definitely holding them off.
Yeah, TR turret's currently active, which makes it very difficult to get any aircraft anywhere nearby, but I saw some TR light assault troopers that managed to sneak up to the top there. They may be able to do some damage.
There's an NC guy just chilling.
Pretty much. Well, I think that's a really daunting thing, isn't it? You get on a base that's this large, and you're there on your own, and you say, okay, what now? What do I do? What can I do as a lone trooper?
Well, they got some support. We're seeing a Vanguard, a Lightning, pushing up with these infantry. It looks like maybe we have a medic as well down there. There's a jump jetter.
Oh, you've actually put, that's something new. I haven't seen that before. The jump jets actually have flames coming out of the jetpack now.
Yeah,
so
they have.
that's
And each of the Empires has a different look.
That's always good to help identify who you're shooting at.
Definitely. Oh, and right there, as you see, that's a spawn beacon to the right of us. So every squad leader can spec into various squad aspects and leadership aspects. So if you want to be more of a leader role, you can definitely do that. And this particular thing allows you to have your squad mates spawn near you.
Ooh, TR Trooper gets behind the NC, takes down the medic.
Oh, he's got 2 more guys up top right there.
Yep, looks
Using
like
the crates.
light assault.
Oh,
down he goes. Nicely
down.
picked off there by the light assault, actually. I think that was a heavy assault for TR there. He could have activated his shield. That would have helped.
And that's something we can talk about, too. We have a variety of classes that we have. So, and every class has their own special ability. So as he was saying, the heavy assault has a shield ability, and that allows them to take a little bit more damage. They can customize that shield as well. The light assault has their jump jet. The medic obviously has a variety of heals and revive abilities. We have the max, which the max can swap out stuff. The default is the charge ability, so they can charge in, melee, or whatever they decide to do, kind of rush and take over an area.
Yeah.
And then we have the engineer. They can spawn turrets, ammo packs, and provide a lot of support on the battlefield.
Indeed. Well, at the moment, we've got just a little bit of action happening.
And then the final class we have is the infiltrator. And infiltrator is one of my favorites because you can snipe, you can hide, you can customize your cloak. So if you don't want to be as ninja, you can be more tanky.
Well, something we should actually mention, this is not something we've really talked about before, the idea of the spawn control units and the way that you can strategically disable certain parts of a base. This was a part of Planetside 1. Only until recently now, it is actually a feature in Planetside 2 as well. It is possible to disable a control unit that controls the spawn tubes.
And also terminals.
Yes.
So terminals you can take down, spawn tubes you can take down. There's also generators for some of the shields. Some of the bases actually have giant shields that protect the courtyard from various tanks and whatnot. So you can actually drop those.
And that's something you really want to try and do as an infiltrator. Customize your cloak so it lasts longer, maybe. Sneak through the base. Find the control units, disable them.
Yeah, so there's a lot of strategy just within taking a single base, on top of strategy in the whole entire map.
Yeah.
Here we got some guys slowly pushing in here.
Yeah, a couple of Vanguard tanks.
They're holding the door.
The NC actually have this area now, which is impressive. There's quite a lot of new conglomerate soldiers around here.
See a Vanu flying around.
He's just showing off. I mean, he's not actually doing anything. As usual, Ivana just preening. Look at we. Look at our purple, wonderful armor. And our silly-looking planes.
Oh, you're just jealous. We look fabulous.
I'm sorry. That is a reliable vehicle. That is a reliable vehicle right there. That's tried, true, and battle-tested.
Looks like he might be able to take this Reaver out.
He might. He might very well might.
So as you can see, these are the 3 actually we're seeing. Just
that was a beautiful piece of maneuvering there.
Light aircraft.
Until he crashed into the wall.
So the TR have the Mosquito, the NC have the Reaver, and the Vanu have the Scythe. And each of them look quite different. Looks like this Galaxy has got a perfect... I love these locations like this one. There's a couple places on this base. Yeah, because you're covered from the top.
Yeah,
you're
it's
covered
right
from the bottom.
next to the jump pads, which is ideal.
Yeah.
That gives you so much maneuverability.
And you've got that high ground, and as we were talking about before, that is so important on these battlefields, little maps, because you are fighting over the base and area, and you're able to see the entire ground and terrain. And you're able to get the aircraft right from the sky, get the ground vehicles from the bottom, as long as you have a good view. And it's just beautiful. Look at that sun.
It's pretty gorgeous. Can't really argue with that. if we're going to have a look at the map once again, we'll see what the progress is looking like. Okay, so Havar, as you can see, is currently controlled by the new conglomerate. The Vanu have no way to get there yet. They're actually pushing forward through the Terran Republic's territory in order to get there.
Yeah, and they're going to have to push in for a little further into the blue area as well.
Yeah.
I would have gone through the bottom right there, because before, you know, they had quite a bit of land right there. I don't know
Well,
what
going
they're
through
doing
the
now.
bottom actually proves to be useful, because this is something that not a lot of people realize. If you cut off the connection to a warp gate, you don't actually get resources from the territory that isn't connected to it.
Yeah. But you're getting resources from the warp gate area.
Yes,
we still
exactly.
we still allow you to do that.
You get a little bit.
Yeah.
But
it's
so
definitely not as much.
Yeah, so if the Vanu actually cut down the south and were able to cut off the TR warp gate from the rest of the TR territory, the TR would no longer be gaining resources from the cut-off territory itself. So that's a very valid tactic. It's something that I think has been adapted from Planetside 1. In Planetside 1, you had the lattice system, which
Yes.
was a series of interconnected lines, which you would have to capture something that was connected to something you already owned. Here, it's a bit more free-form, and you can still capture other stuff, but if you cut off those supply lines, you lose resources.
And it takes a lot longer. It's going to take you a lot longer if you went to the middle of that map and tried to take a location.
Look at this area right here. There's a vulnerability that could be exploited.
Yeah, right
there. That one hex, if that were actually taken, if they were able to take the Ceres Farm area, they would cut off the TR territory at the top from the actual TR warp gate, which would strangle the TR. That means the TR would not be able to get enough resources to bring the tanks and vehicles in. It would be a good tactical play.
Well, we want to still keep the TR in the fight so that we can see this massive battle in Havar.
Certainly.
I would definitely say that they could take that and then go up into the blue area right above it and allow them to kind of push up into Havar. But they're going to try to take the long way, I guess, apparently. So they're going to take, like, I guess that would also allow them to take more spaces. It just depends on what they want to do. And as you can see to the right where there was the warp gate.
Yep.
That's one of them.
Let's actually head on over to the warp gate and see if there's any staging going on. TR hold that tower. TR are preparing deployment. Large number of galaxies being sorted out here. Looking for deployment to spawn position. We have a number of vehicles on the ground. Yep. I think that was an NC Reaver that just went into the side of the wall. Not a good idea.
And for those of you who don't know, warp gates are the safe location for every empire. There's 3 on every map. And remember, this is just one of our continents. We have 3 continents. So this is just one of them. And each of those places allow you to form up. They allow you to grab vehicles of every type. If you've ever played in any other MMO, you probably know what raiding is.
Yep.
We have something similar to that. It's just more PvP oriented than, you know, going against a boss mob. So the fights can get crazy. You don't always know what the enemy's going to bring, but scouting can help.
NC, you always make me laugh.
Crashing the vehicles nonstop.
One thing we can both agree on is that NC are terrible pilots.
All right, I can agree with that. Looks like we have a galaxy.
Yep.
Trying to make their way to this tower, it looks like.
Yeah.
He's not
I mean,
turning,
if we want to try and take Havar back, we're going to need some good spawn points to make that happen.
Or he's just using it for a spawn point.
Yep.
That works too.
You can see Havar is currently owned by the new conglomerate, which is a terrible, terrible thing.
He has no air support though, so it's going to be interesting how this works.
It is concerning. It's taking a little bit of fire, but
there's another gal over there too.
Is it actually going directly in? It might be. But 2 Vanguard tanks on the ground right there seem to be oblivious to the large hovering shadow above it.
Yeah, but they're killing that one, so...
I guess that's reasonable. It takes
toasty.
a long time to kill a galaxy on the ground, though. Deployed with shields, very dangerous. There is a lot of fire. Wow, the NC have taken the tower out as well and now turned the turrets against the galaxy.
Got a small little skirmish going on right here.
Yep.
He's using the wall. They're all inside now.
Going to dodge around. It looks like the NC came out on top there. The galaxy's now been destroyed and the tower's been taken by the new conglomerate.
Oh.
It's okay, our one lone Terran trooper will save us. Because the NC are completely oblivious.
He's like, what's shooting at me?
They're still oblivious.
Well, once they come back up from spawning, I think they're going to know what's going on.
Oh, we've got 2 TR troopers now. That's more than enough to kill all of the NC here. Oh, possibly not. Oh, 1 down. Oh, very nicely done. Good little bit of teamwork being used there.
I'm not quite sure if they're going to try to push further in or...
Well, the problem is that taking a tower like this with only a couple of people, there's so many guys keep spawning, so...
Yeah, and they are right above their spawn point area, so...
Shields were activated there on that Terran Republic Heavy Assault, who's now just been intercepted by a medic. You need to shoot him pretty fast, otherwise your friend is going to die. He's still alive. Coming around the side right now.
Oh.
One down.
I think the medic's trying to find his friend.
Oh, he's been ambushed. Terran Republic comes around the side and takes him out. The problem is, can he get a capture point? This is all well and good, but kills don't matter in this game, really. If you kill someone, you've got to turn it into something. You've got to make sure that you can take advantage of it. And yeah, as I said, he is down. There's no one there to capture that, so the map remains in control of the new conglomerate, who actually have a huge amount of this map right now.
Yeah, and the resources are what allowing you to pull vehicles of all sorts, and some of them are way more expensive than others, and so it's super important for you to get more territory.
Well, there's a Galaxy deployed directly on top of Havar right now, but the question is, will have enough Terran Republic troops to do anything about it?
And this is a very, very small amount of people on the map right now.
Yeah,
I think they're still trying to push.
Well, it's early in the morning, so a lot of our guys are currently still sleeping. It's a Sunday. I don't blame them. Not at all. Vanu Galaxy is taking an interesting route.
I don't know what he's trying to do. I think he's just distracting them, maybe.
I think you end up in a panic position as a Galaxy pilot at some point, because you go in there, you suddenly realize, oh Lord, I have no air support. This is an expensive vehicle. I can't afford another one. Please, Lord, let me get out alive. But that's not going to happen. He's down he goes. NC Reaver picks him off.
It looked like he didn't have any gunners in his gunner locations. He's going on a suicide mission.
I'm actually surprised how many will fly that and not have any gunners, because it can be a real big problem. You get caught out, oh, it's brutal. And pricey, too. You won't be flying a Galaxy again for a while.
And if you have an outfit, now is the time to show off. Get your outfit on. Let's see what they can do.
Indeed.
Yesterday we had quite a bit of aircraft just swarm bases. It was
we had some good NC play, actually. The new
it's
conglomerate, I think, won the day with the showing off there. So.
And the other day we had quite a bit of infantry.
Yep,
so that was awesome.
Very much so.
Looks like we have another Galaxy trying to get in there. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. All right, he's trying to land. Not quite a landing that he wanted. He crashed.
Well, there's a few more aircraft in the air. This area is a little bit more contested.
Maybe we can look around the other area of the map and see what's going on. So we got the TR here, trying to take this location back. They're actually pulling out of here. Sunderer, some Galaxies.
Ooh,
I think this outpost is owned by them, though, so maybe they're just forming up or trying to.
I think so, yeah.
Attempting to.
Galaxy's having a few problems.
Oh, no.
Wow, that was actually a nice little move by the Reaver, getting directly above the Galaxy, then able to use its rocket pods.
Galaxies don't really have protection above,
yes,
so that's the best way to attack them, because they have a Cal gunner, they have side gunners, but they don't really have anything above them protecting them other than their armor. And it looks like this Galaxy will survive. If he lands on one of those air pads, he might be able to repair himself, grab some more ammo, pick up some nooblings.
That's the wonderful thing about Galaxies. You can almost treat a Galaxy as a bomber. It just drops noobs down. Carpet bombs noobs. Wonderful cannon fodder.
And then we have an NC Lightning here. Just, I don't know what he's doing.
He's a place to be. And it's actually going to try and take the Galaxy out there, which is totally worth it.
Yeah.
But it could be difficult to take it down.
Oh, he's got some support.
Yeah, he's got a Vanguard. That'll be much, much better for him. Ooh, down goes the Lightning.
Mosquito.
Nice little strafing run. We're liking that.
Even if they get that one galaxy, they already have another one right there. So
Yeah.
they have two.
That is very true. It's going to actually head over there. Is that a TR or NC galaxy? I can't really tell from this distance. It is actually TR.
They're just bombarding the place with
Well, yeah,
galaxies.
get another galaxy down there. It's the best way. You can park this time around, which is not something you could do in the original Planetside. You can park directly on top of a building and then deploy and suddenly spawn point right where you need it. But, of course, it's a bit dangerous.
I think it's very untactical to put two galaxies in the same spot. Like, I would have put another galaxy at another location so that they could have taken and
give
helped
people
another
choices.
spot.
Yeah, because if I was NC right now, what I'd be saying, all right, great, all your spawn points are in the same place. I've got two choices. I can try and blow them up, or I can try and contain. And that can actually be very effective. You might be thinking, well, blowing up the galaxy is the best option. Not necessarily. If you know where your opponents are, they're much, much more vulnerable.
Not only that, but they're right on top of that building. Like, carpet bombing is going to be easy. They didn't even hide it in the second floor, so...
Yeah, a couple of strafing runs from Reavers and that whole thing's toast. Or a Liberator or a Scythe or anything along those lines. It's going to now come down and try and land on top of the facility there.
Looks like you might be taking some of our advice.
Yep. That's always nice. Oh, he's taking a heavy hit. Looks like he's taking tank fire from the ground here. I think that's actually a flak lightning by the looks of it. Looks like...
Can't really tell.
Very much so, is it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, look at that. It's actually got a quad cannon. It's one of the customization options you can have on one of those tanks. It can be used as an anti-air vehicle. Not too bad against infantry either.
Yeah. And then we have a Scythe just kind of harassing. I'm wondering how the Vanu are doing with their push.
Let's find out.
They are not going very far. Looks
Wow.
like they're going up. That's not where you need to be.
Let's head on over to Paris because we have a red hotspot in Paris. It looks like the Vanu may be trying to cut off the TR reinforcements from that direction. The wonderful thing about hotspots is we can see exactly where the fighting is going on. A large amount of TR armor assaulting that outpost there. But that looks like the facility. Bear in mind, if the Vanu want to take Havar, they do need a connecting hex, so this is a good option for them, perhaps.
Not seeing much action going on right here.
Considering it was a red hotspot, I expected a little bit more, but of course, it very well may have just ended. So we should keep an eye out for action. Once again, as we get further through the afternoon, no doubt people will wake up and actually get online.
Yeah, and this is a new tool. This is a dev tool that we're using, so it's a little hitchy. It's a little, not perfect.
Frame drops, some pop in, it happens. It's beta, and this is not something that's available to players.
Nope, not yet.
That would be cool if it was.
We'll probably have something like this so that you guys can, see the entire battlefield.
That would be neat.
Play around
Although
with
I think there's obvious considerations there that you don't want people necessarily to have a spy in the sky, I suppose.
Yes, but that's the only problem with it.
Indeed.
So
it's good, though.
There's some things that we'd have to do and balance, but for us, this is great so that we can show the whole battlefield. It's quite different than when you're looking at it from a first-person view, as we were doing before.
Finally gives you the sense of scale that we've been trying to capture. We've shown this game off in streams a lot, but we've always had to look from the perspective of a single soldier, which you've seen so much of now. That's why we're featuring the aerial view this time around.
Looks like we have a little squadron of people here.
Yeah, there are actually a number of NC inside that building.
And it just flipped.
Yep, there we go. Let's flip over to TR. So that's good news for the TR. The attempts to cut off the area by, I believe it was actually the NC trying to take it, have failed. Which means now the TR can start pushing in again, take these outposts, take that tower, and then try and have a concerted effort to push on Havar. Which may very well end up working out pretty well for them.
So far, the NC are doing the best holding that location, so...
Yeah, they really are. The NC look much more organized.
Higby's yelling, of course they are.
Rumors that Higby has buffed the NC just for this occasion cannot necessarily be confirmed at this time.
It's absolutely true.
Confirmed as true by T-Ray.
Flipped it.
Yeah, no question.
It's like this Liberator's not going to survive.
I don't think
Taking a lot of damage from the tower right there. And tower turrets can do a lot of damage.
Oh,
as well
yeah.
as he got some air support there.
Well, yeah,
taking him down.
I just love the way the
Ouch.
vehicles actually, an aircraft just start listing to one side. It
Yeah.
just takes so much damage, and that looks fantastic. Second, Terran Republic Liberator moving in. Does it actually have a bombardier? One of the big mistakes we're seeing from a lot of our beta players right now is they kind of use the Liberator as a gunship. The nose gun is very nice, but the
very
bomb
nice.
cannon underneath, the howitzer, is
It's
so dangerous.
good. And the range on it's so
Massive.
good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, unlike the Liberator in Planetside 1, where you had to be directly on top of the target you were trying to bomb, this allows you to shell from a distance so you can keep out of the way.
And it's just lethal.
Yeah.
On top of that, if you do get attacked by a bunch of aircraft like that, you can have a tail gunner who can help you out. It's just so good to fill up your whole Liberator and take advantage of all those weapons.
I would recommend it. A fully crewed Liberator is actually dangerous even to aircraft because you've got nose cannon and tail gun. The nose cannon on the Liberator hits hard. It's a very nasty weapon. The tail gun has a lot of maneuverability and can put out a lot of rounds per minute, so it's ideal for bringing down aircraft.
And if you're a good lib driver, you can also provide a lot of angles by like turning your vehicle to the sides, kind of putting your nose down, allowing them to get a lot of angles
Yeah, well,
and more range.
that's why the voice over IP is useful on a vehicle-by-vehicle basis, because you've got to coordinate. In Planetside 1, we always had to worry about, is our Liberator pilot, 1, flying in the right direction, 2, is he level? That was the most important thing. If he wasn't level, he couldn't do a thing. Thankfully, it's a bit more forgiving this time around because you can actually move the howitzer. So even if you're on an angle, you can still fire. It just might be difficult to hit anything.
Got a TR Max here.
Oh, it's
Ouch.
a rocket. That was a nice shot right there. Good way to deal with the Max unit, of course, is to put a rocket in the face. Heavy assault are the bane of Maxes. And there was actually a medic behind there supporting him. So there's some nice squad action going on here with the NC, who seem to be the most organized.
Yeah, they are not giving up this location.
No, they are not. Kind of rightfully so, really.
And something that you're seeing from them is they do have a lot of air support, so that's really important in these maps, especially when you have a lot of vertical range here. But we have some TR vehicles. It's a whole little swarm of them.
Nice little
Following this
furball
little
going on
Reaper.
here. I'd give a shout out actually to Spencer Monroe. He was the NC pilot in that mid-air collision that we saw earlier.
Oh, nice.
He says, it was cool to hear us cast him even though he crashed like a noob. We forgive you, Spencer. That was entertaining. And I definitely won't post it on the channel so everyone will laugh at you. Honest.
He's lying.
Yeah, I'm a horrible person. Ask anyone on the
He's
internet.
going to highlight just that part.
That's exactly been it. It's just like the one highlight, 14 seconds. Yeah, absolutely. I was like, hey, tweet at Spencer Monroe to tell him how awesome his flying is.
Oh, no.
I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
Archer is heating up in the air, which is really cool to watch. I think of the things that I've seen so far on Planetside, what I like to watch the most from this perspective is air combat.
Yeah.
It's mostly because it's just so much bigger. Like you play
You
a game.
can see them from such a far distance.
Yeah.
If you're above the... Well, if we have this view, you're just like, whoa. There comes a swarm, a cloud of aircraft. It's just insane.
Yeah, and in other FPS games that have aircraft, you maybe expect to see 2 to 4 in the air at any given time. Here, try 200 to 400. It can be done.
And that's something to note. A lot of other, like Battlefield, they only allow you to have so many vehicles on a map. In ours, everyone can have a vehicle. Everyone. So you can all get in a single vehicle and just bombard people. And it looks frightening. It's scary.
It's kind of self-balancing, though, because if you end up getting a bunch of aircraft, and you say, hey, we've got a bunch of aircraft, that's great, right? No. Actually, it's good the first time. And then you keep doing it, and the guys on the ground are like, ooh, target-rich environment. Let's get some flak out there.
Definitely. There's always a counter.
Yeah.
So you want to switch up your strategy for sure.
Well, it's called combined arms for a reason. You don't just go all one vehicle and expect to be successful, because then the other guys pick the counter to that, and you get obliterated. And that could be pricey. TR Troopers now moving in to try and assault Havar from the ground. They currently have a reasonable amount of air superiority and support. There are shields on this base, which means no vehicle's going to be able to get in it. There are a decent number of TR Troopers heading in that direction, however.
I'm wondering if they have a Galaxy Park back there, or did they get that tower?
You certainly think so. I mean, they might just be foot-zerging it.
Yeah, they got that base.
Yeah, they've got a
That
spawn
little
point right there, as you can see. So they're
capture
able to
point.
make it in there. Of course, the risk is that gets lost. Ooh, Scythe coming in behind him.
Oh, yeah. Clear those infantry out.
More TR troopers moving around the side. I think you can see the scale of the base very clearly here. The troops look like ants in comparison to the size of this facility. Down comes an NC drop trooper.
Oh.
Gunned down quite nicely by the TRs, as we like to see. So the TR are making inroads here, but they're not necessarily getting what they need to actually hold this base. Capturing 1 point is not good enough.
Did you see that guy on the,
yeah.
the ledge? He's chilling on the ledge right
Good
there.
place to be. Really good place to be.
Nice.
Vanguard tank moves in from the side and meets a lot of resistance. The heavy assault troop is pretty brave trying to kill it with bullets.
Yeah,
And it's not going well for
that.
him. There's a rocket.
Oh,
Down
nice. He was a good distraction, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of the most important things to realize is because death doesn't really matter, because you can respawn. If you can take down a vehicle, but you sacrifice yourself to do it, it's totally worth it. That vehicle cost resources, you didn't.
Yeah.
It's good, I think. It encourages a kind of reckless bravery. You don't get a lot of cowardly players in Planetside.
Looks like they are going to try to get this capture point. There's
Well,
a
it's
Max
going to be
protecting it. They have a medic.
This is going to be really difficult to break. They're kind of driving the NC away from it. A reasonable
Using
number.
The top ground right there. Oh, and they got it.
Nice
now
grab.
they have to hold it. Hit a couple aircraft.
There's a lot of AA on the ground here. Well, we've got the base now, so that's what I like to see.
Nice. Someone got it from the NC. Took him a while.
It did. Well, we had to deal with the Banu south, so it's understandable. Not that the NC want to let that happen.
Ooh.
It's the Liberator coming in. Once again, lacking a Bombardier, though, so he's not going to be doing that much.
That lone Banu site just flying around.
It's a wonderful vehicle to tour the sites, but personally, I would go in something a little bit quicker. We'll just have a quick look at the map, actually, and see what we have. Let's find out how things are going. Well, now that's what I like to see. The Terran Republic has secured many areas, although Zervan is getting a bit messy by the looks of it. Why don't we have a fly over there and see what's going on? Looks like the Terran Republic are about to take that as well. We might go way over as quickly as we can. Past the biolab. What we essentially have is an invisible giant, as you can see, just kind of stomping around.
Oh, we have some Banu coming up here. Not sure what he's trying to accomplish.
There's a more arid area.
Oh,
of
there we
Indar.
go. That's where the Banu are.
Yep.
Nice. They got a couple Galaxies, some Mag Riders, a Sunderer down there. A lot of support vehicles.
Kicks in for a decent landing. That's what's happening at the tower. Tower's been taken by the Vanu as well.
Got some toasty sites on there.
And that, I believe, is Zervan Amp Station.
Mm-hmm.
Things are going down, it would seem. Got a significant number of main battle tanks on the ground, a couple of Mag Riders moving in. Single TR Trooper versus 2 Mag Riders. This will go well.
I don't think it will.
I don't think so somehow. Although, looking
He's
at the
doing
aim of that
alright.
Mag Rider pilot. Oh,
Ow.
he ate that one. Almost got run down, quickly dodges into the building. Got to reload his
I don't
rocket
know why they're
launcher.
not just getting out of their vehicle and taking him out.
Well, I think that they feel safer inside the vehicles. Like, if they want to go up against a heavy assault troop, things could go
Where'd he go?
really badly.
Did someone get him?
2 Mag Riders are still alive, so not too
They're
bad.
just camping the door.
Yeah, why not? You're not going out of here.
There's a
Couple of sites moving. Yeah, a lot of sites, actually.
Yeah.
5 in the air. 6. Yeah, it looks like the Vanu will take this area without too much contention. There's not much left of the TR resistance here.
It looks like they're heading up that hill, maybe?
Ooh,
no.
That was pricey. Don't know what actually took it down. They're pushing towards this biolab, I think. Who owns the biolab right now?
I think the Terran, right? Because we
It
passed
used
it
to be.
earlier.
We've got TR dropship, so there's NC moving over here. Yep, TR dropship lands on there. One taken out, second one is down. Trying to land as best it can, but there are actually so many sites in the air that... Oh, and right next to a bunch of max units. That galaxy is not going to live through that. It's going to need to spawn a lot of units very quickly. I don't think the TR are necessarily there, so...
Oh, and they know that the galaxy's
Yeah.
up there. Yeah.
That's not going anywhere. The Varna was shutting that down very hard. Alright, let's find out who owns this amp station. Red Shield's currently owned by the TR. There's definitely resistance going on.
Hopefully the Vanner can push up this hill over here. Slowly make their way up to that
They don't have a
base.
lot of support on the ground, though. I mean, I'm only seeing a couple of tanks here and there. TR Galaxy is deployed in position. Lightning tank versus a couple of dropshippers. Nice little boost over the top of the tank
He's
there.
just going to try to run him over. Oh, not so much. I don't know how long I would stay in that lightning if it's on fire like that.
If your lightning's on fire, you should probably leave.
Leave or get out of it.
Yeah,
Ooh, and I just saw Prowler. That's
I did.
dangerous.
And
he's
the
going
Mag Rider
straight
over there.
For it.
So the Mag Rider's actually going to go for the Prowler by the looks of it.
Oh,
Takes
no.
it. Wow. Leave the lightning. Good
Get out of
lord.
the
Get out of the
lightning.
lightning. It's not designed to deal with
Oh, he's
that.
going to try to repair it.
And
Oh, he's going to get taken out by the guy in the back.
Oh, so much for that.
Oh, he survived from that explosion.
Barely. Can he avenge his lightning? Probably not. TR's ready to take him out.
Oh, no. Down goes
How very
the
horrible
lightning
for him.
driver. We had a Mag Rider that was just here a little bit ago. Where'd he go?
It's like is that another Prowler on the ground right there?
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah,
There's a
there's
couple
actually
to
quite
the
a few
right
of
of
them.
us. And then, oh, there's the Mag Rider.
Yep.
Looks like they are
Some
definitely full
significant
force over here.
armor on the ground as well as infantry support.
Got a Lightning, a couple Mag Riders.
Yeah, they should. I mean, you'd think that they should be able to take this area. The TR are bottled up in that area. They're
So
trying
that's
to cap
the capture
this.
point
Yeah,
right here.
so the
And then
Varna
they
should have this really soon.
Yeah, they have some tank support, so they're good.
Yeah.
And they have quite a few guys in there, so that should be fairly quick for them. I'm not sure if they have a Hex nearby, so that's going to...
Prowler's coming in to say hello.
Oh, no.
That's not where you want to be. It's going to try and target down the galaxy. I'm not sure that's a good idea. They
All right.
have a lot of heavy assault troopers. That's 3 rocket hits already on the front armor. They've also got max units with anti-vehicle
Oh,
weaponry.
look at that.
These guys know what they're doing.
And they just took the location a little bit ago, so they are going to be able to spawn right there. And they can grab tanks from here. I believe this location allows you to take tanks. So we'll see how this goes. Little skirmish going on over there by the rocks. Doesn't quite have the range for that, so I'm wondering how well this is going to go. And that's a medic, so he's just healing himself up.
Yeah, very smart. Going to wait for his opponent to get in range, hopefully jump out and take him out. Around the side of the rock.
This guy knows he's there, so...
It's
and
a
he's
jump
good.
trooper,
Oh,
though.
yeah.
He's managed to use his jump pack, actually,
He's like,
to flank
all right.
around the back.
Oh, no, now he's in the open.
Oh, dear. Did he take him out?
Oh, but there's...
Now, that is one smart light assault right there. That's
Yeah,
exactly
really
what you
well
should be
done,
doing
yeah.
with that. Light assault, very weak. Can't take much damage. What they can do is do things that other classes can't. Try to flank, try to jump over an opponent, get behind them. Negate terrain.
So what the TR can do here is they can hold this choke point, because the Vandu tanks have to come through this way or around the other side. I mean, they can probably get up on the hill and get some good angles there, too, if they can manage to get their Mag Rider up there. But it's going to be quite a task.
That it will.
And they're utilizing the tower turrets, or the base turrets as well.
We've got a nice little ground war going on here. We've got 2 Prowlers, 1 heavily damaged versus Mag Riders, Sunderers, Lightnings on both sides, heavy assault troopers, which...
Sunderer on the other side, yeah.
Indeed.
So
Good. I don't know if I want the Sunder at the front. I mean, it takes a lot of damage, certainly, but I want it at the back supporting the other vehicles because it can provide a repair and rearm station.
yeah, something that they could do. Well, they could have a couple of them. What I like doing is having one in the back at the far end of your armor line and allowing people to come back as they take damage and just kind of repair, resupply. We haven't been seeing a lot of that. We've been seeing just people go full force and blowing up.
Well,
Tactical retreats, they work.
There's another rocket connect here. The Terran Republic currently bottled up the Vanu very nicely in this area. Now, what the Vanu could do is try and evacuate just in that galaxy, but it looks like they want to try and hold it. The galaxy's now leaving out. They've blockaded this area off with a Sunderer. But there's so much fire coming in the direction of the Vanu. I don't know if they'll be able to hold this.
I'm not sure if that galaxy was full, so I'm wondering if that galaxy is actually going to do a drop.
I think it's parking around to provide an optional spawn point.
It's kind of a little toasty, though.
Well, that area is currently neutral, so they might be able to grab it. But I think the cool thing about being a Galaxy pilot is that you have more control than you might think. You actually have control over the flow of the battle. If you move your Galaxy to another position, people are going to start spawning from it. So you say, right, we need troops here, not here. We're trapped here, all right, I'll move my Galaxy, and then you've got somewhere else you can go.
And something else that we were talking about before is tactically placing your galaxy as well as tactically leaving the galaxy.
Yes.
We've been seeing a lot of people just rushing from the galaxy towards the base, and that allows people to know where your galaxy is coming from. You see 30 guys coming from a location, you kind of know where they're going,
Yeah.
or how they got there. So you want to kind of strategically get out of your galaxy so that people don't know where it's located. Hiding it is
question.
also good as well.
Yep, very much so.
They're kind of hard to hide. Giant floating boat.
The Violent troops going in there. Terran Republic gets obliterated by the looks of it. Oh, Medic just got one of them right back on his feet.
Nice.
Yeah, nice play there by the Vanu.
Is he
They're
going to
going
try
to
to
take the space
revive
back
everyone?
now.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think they should be fine.
Ooh.
Or maybe not.
Prowler with an infantry support right there.
One option with the Prowler is you start shelling the inside of that building, and things get ugly.
And if that infantry actually has some grenades, you can probably just toss some grenades in there as well.
Perhaps.
Because they're all kind of sitting around that capture point.
The thing about grenades that people might not know is they actually do cost resources, so if you're going to toss one of those away, you better make sure it counts.
Yes. And every class has a different kind of grenade. So as we were talking about the other day, is medics can toss down revive grenades
Yeah,
as
if you get the
well.
right certification, they can do all sorts of great stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, rocket launch coming over there, missing the Prowler tank. We're just starting to heat up in this area. A number of Vanu galaxies. The Prowler's trying to clear them out. A single tank is often not quite enough to make that work. Just galaxies deployed are ridiculously tough.
They take a lot of damage.
Vanu anti-vehicle Max coming in
He's
from the
just
side.
getting right up in there. And this
That's
is
exactly
great.
what you should
Yeah,
do.
this is exactly what he should do because that tank does not have the angle. They're not going to be able to shoot down at him. So
Yeah.
they really have no defense unless they back up.
That's why I don't like seeing stationary tanks in these areas, because they're just so easy. So easy to deal with. Crazy. Is it? That's
What is he
not
doing?
how you park a galaxy, bro.
I wouldn't park it right there in front of the choke point either.
That's a bit risky.
Unless they're using it just to tank damage.
It's
That
not
could be
inconceivable.
interesting.
Scythe comes in with a strafing run, not able to take it down just yet, though. Lightning's continuing to hold this choke point.
Is that a toasty prowler too? That's the right of there.
This entire area, the Vanu are completely bottled up. The TR managed to push now past that point. The Lightning driving over the other Lightning just because it can. Coming around to the side of that Prowler.
He's using the prowler as a...
As cover, yeah, that's really smart. Also good time to shoot the Prowler when he happened to be there.
I know, why didn't he shoot at him? That's interesting.
Well, it looked like that vehicle might have been abandoned, so he's thinking, well, let's not bother. TR continues to push using this rock as cover, trying to slowly drive back the Vanu.
The Vanu need to get some air out here from another base and kind of push around the other side. I don't really know why they're just continually going through this choke point.
There is a significant risk of getting trapped in an area like this if you just keep respawning, because you don't necessarily want to give up that area. You want to sit there, you want to take it, you want to hold it, you want to push them back, instead of just saying, all right, we must abandon this area and move to another. That's the right strategic decision to make. Hard to make that decision when you're all just kind of bundled together fighting for your life.
Well, something that they can do too is they can try to keep this place on lockdown while they're forming another, aircraft raid on the other side,
Certainly.
and come take them from behind and kind of allow those those vehicles that are trapped in there to come out of that location.
Indeed. Let's have a look at the map and see what action's going on. Havar is currently completely secure for the Terran Republic.
Vanu are slowly pushing in down at the bottom right there.
Multiple front battles between the NC and Vanu. That area right there seems to be a hot spot for all of them. There's fight going on the Crown. Let's go check the Crown out. That's always fun. So the Crown is kind of well known now amongst the beta testers as a place where great fights happen. It's not an important area necessarily, but it's a really cool area.
There's just so much high ground on all the locations, lots of choke points.
As you can see, there are some very useful facilities here. It's also where one of the largest bridges on this map is, so it tends to result in some fairly epic confrontations.
And you have to make a lot of decisions, like do you want to take the underpass, do you want to go over across the bridge and be vulnerable that way, do you want to take aircraft across? It's just so many decisions to make on this map. But what we've seen that works the best is a combination, as we've been saying previously.
Always combined arms. Yeah. Going all in on one strategy, it's too easy to counter it. You can have the shock and awe effect of the first time, and then you should switch out. And that's what an organized outfit will do. They're not just going to skate around in the same vehicles all the time. What we have here is some significant ground confrontation around the Crown area. Taking the Crown gives good access to this area. You can take that facility up to the top.
And as you can see all the entrances from this view, so
it's nicely designed,
it's
actually.
vulnerable.
But it is also it's a mountain fortress.
Yeah. It has quite a lot of walls right around the base as well.
NC dropping in, trying to take it. Galaxy has been deployed.
And we've seen this work really well with spawning the Galaxy behind this little outpost right here and taking this part of it in order to take the entire outpost. If they can manage to keep it alive. Like
NC Max is now on the field. That is an anti-vehicle Max there from the Vanu, though. So, I have a feeling that wreckage actually just ran over the Max unit. It just looks like it might have. The NC attempt to an attack is still happening. We've got NC troops as well as Vanu charging up the side of the mountain here to try and hold it. Yeah, the Crown is a seriously cool area, which is honestly why it's nice to have a look at this map, because you see there's a lot of handcrafted bases now.
Yeah, so even though you see a tech plant in one location and a tech plant in another, they're going to be quite different. We're kind of customizing things and outposts and trying to make them a little more unique than the original. I think that they're quite different. Before, you just had a tower and those towers were the same every place. When you saw a base, you knew kind of the layout of it. We have a similar concept here, but we also allow you to, see a little bit of customization within each base and outpost.
Indeed. Well, at the moment, it looks like the Vanu might have this area fairly locked down.
Prowler tank just harassing. I don't really know if he's going to be able to achieve much.
Probably not. Yeah, Vanu holds the Crown. I think there's not really a question about that at this stage. A lot of NC ground fire. Yeah, we do have a Galaxy.
Is that a TR Galaxy?
Let's have a look at the Galaxy, see whose that actually is.
What's
NC coming in. All right, let's follow him down. If he can get in there with the amount of scythe air superiority that the Vanu have got, that's going to be pretty impressive. As you can see, he's already been spotted.
Dropping anybody.
No.
So that was, he's going down.
Guys, can he actually pull it out of that? He's going to try and fly through the canyon. I don't rate his chances. He's going into the side of the canyon.
Look at all those sights, too.
5 or 6 sights just jump on him. So it's at this point that if you're flying Galaxies and you're saying, right, they've got 5 or 6 sights in the air, They're knocking them down pretty hard. We need to think about different ways to deal with this, because that's clearly not going to work.
Vanguard being quite organized right now. They have a bunch of tanks that are rolling in. A nice squadron of scythes.
Reaver gunship off to the side, trying to pick off that column, doing significant damage, but now being spotted by Scythe there.
Oh no.
I've got to say, if I was to rate Reaver versus Scythe in air-to-air combat, I'd probably give the edge to the Scythe. The Reaver takes a bit more to knock out of the sky, but the Scythes are far more maneuverable. With 5 or 6 Scythes in the air, Reaver's not going to stand much of a chance at all. Varned tank column now rolling forward.
They did quite a good job at supporting those vehicles. Something that like we don't get to see very often is aircraft supporting ground troops.
That's what you're there for.
Yeah.
You really, really are. Because if your tanks are having problems with an enemy tank line, then what you need to do is send in a squadron of Reavers or Scythes or Mosquitoes and just bomb it. Or Liberators, that works too. Strafing runs with rockets versus bombs, all of these work just fine.
Looks like they're going to try to take this little outpost from the NC. The desert can be kind of deadly, as you can see, because it's quite open.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal for infantry to hold it, and that's why, because you just get shelled by Mag Riders. A Max can survive a little longer, but not too long. Ooh.
Ooh, and did he dodge that? Oh.
I actually think that went under it. That's why I hate Mag Riders. Mag Riders float, so you can actually miss and end up firing a rocket underneath the Mag Rider, going right under there.
He's doing so this is something that you don't see also, is that Mag Rider is so maneuverable, and something that he needs to be doing is using these buildings to his advantage. And as you're seeing, he's dodging the rockets by hiding behind them, kind of moving back and forth, trying to juke this rocket launcher guy over here.
Taking out the front armor.
He's like missing nonstop. He
Yeah,
does not have
that was a bit of just a ding, I guess. It's totally fine. Takes another hit to the front armor.
I think
and it to the flank. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, while Mag Riders are very nice, they're not all that durable. So
something I would have done too is like, people need to tactically retreat. I haven't been seeing a lot of that as well.
Yeah.
Like when you start getting to the point where you have 25% health in that vehicle, you probably should start running away. Although I do understand, like a lot of them feel very vulnerable because the back end of your vehicle can take a lot more damage than the front.
Oh, Scythe takes it out and then hits the wreckage on the way down. A little bit unpleasant. But you actually saw a Liberator there, fully crewed, with a howitzer cannon on the bottom, which was devastating.
We see a little Flash driving in over there, too.
Yep. Rocket goes wide.
Ooh, Reaver, what is he up to?
He was trying to go from there. He did a little bit of a strafing run with his front 20mm cannon, but not enough to take down a Mag Rider. I think in this situation, you want to be using anti-vehicle rockets if you have them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't. It depends on your loadout.
And the thing is, too, that you have to certify for a lot of these.
Yes.
So you want to purchase new weapons, certify for them, equip them onto your vehicle, and we're allowing you to customize those. And as we were saying before, it almost makes them feel like a completely new vehicle.
So extreme lightning going on there.
Oh, no.
Well, that's where you don't want to be.
Yeah.
Right in front of a Mag Rider cannon. One of the things you can notice about the Mag Rider is while it is maneuverable, it does have
he's got out.
That's a great spot. He's going to bail out. Oh, it's an infiltrator versus a heavy assault. Usually only goes one way, but he's got plenty of support there, so nicely done.
That was nice. See, and that's another thing, is since you can have a secondary gunner in your main battle tank, they can just hop out, kill the infantry if you don't have angle on it with your tank gun, and just hop back in.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people haven't been doing that, so they're just kind of taking the damage because they don't have an angle on that, that infantry. But that was a smart move for the heavy assault there to get really close to the Mag Rider, because if they weren't smart and got out to take them out...
Yeah, it would have been a problem for him.
Yeah.
Mag Rider's got the worst problem with that as well, because the front-mounted gun is not a turret. The other two, they actually have turrets. And it's kind of a balancing act, because you can strafe with a Mag Rider. You can go over water with a Mag Rider. You've got more maneuverability than any other armored vehicle in the game. But you have to also deal with the fact that your gun can only pivot up and down. It can't pivot sideways.
You kind of turn your fat butt around.
Exactly. But one way or the other, it's not a turret on the top, so it can be dangerous. Quite the fight going on right here. Let's have a quick look at the map, and we'll find out what else is going on. I think, honestly, the action is here, by the looks of it.
We actually have some chat questions. Someone was asking how this customization works, and maybe we can show off some of that UI if we want to do that as well.
We might be able to do that, yeah. We'll hop into the UI and we'll have a look at some customization. That's the map at the moment. Havar, oh, apparently there is some crazy stuff going on at Havar, so we might want to hover over there first, and then we'll see if there's any fun action going on. Looks like NC versus TR in a neck-and-neck fight. Just going to have to quickly swap over to another screen. Beta is beta, folks. It has a tendency of happening. Just flip on over to another view.
So this will be a first-person view.
Yep.
And maybe we can talk about some of the UI from there. And when we see, maybe some people will customize. We'll see. See how it goes.
We very well might. Just takes a little bit of time to switch over, folks.
So this is, what is he doing?
NC infiltrated by the looks of it.
And he's got some customization, as you can see right now. He
Yeah.
has a little bit of textures on his gun. So not only utility-wise you can customize your weapon, you can also customize the look of it. So you could have a tank that has that kind of skin on it as well. This goes
Now
for
you get to see the
infantry
fight from the
and
ground
tank.
perspective,
And aircraft.
which is looking actually a bit intense. NC infiltrators moving in. There's a Liberator bomber in the air. It's exactly what you don't want to be under. Horrible things will happen to you if you are. Tends not to work out so well for you. You'll also notice that in this view you will actually see kills in your area. So, oh wow. Infiltrator comes out, it's like, oh, there's a Galaxy with a tail gunner deployed over there as a mobile firebase.
I don't think he's going to take him out with that.
I don't think that's going to work out so well. As much as you would like, no. No, it isn't.
Something he could do is cloak and then run that way. Or swap class.
That's a stylish little gun he's got there.
I think that's the gold plate, but it looks like it might be a little bugged. Or it might just be because it's getting dark in the area. And
You'll
I don't
notice
think
that
you
the-
run right into the turn.
Yeah, he would love to take part of that, but he can't. Well, I'd be very impressed if he managed to do any significant damage with a sniper rifle there, so...
This is a good location if he has some infantry to shoot at, and he does now.
Nice hit.
Right in the head. it
Max
looked like
units can
almost.
be taken out. This is an NC Bolt Driver, which is a bolt-action rifle. Doesn't have the automatic firepower of, say, a Terran Republic sniper rifle. You have to cock
Reload.
after each shot, but it hurts. It is very dangerous.
And you can one-shot.
Unless a Sunderer gets in your way, then you can't. And there was nothing wrong with trying to pick off max units with this thing. It's valid. It's a good way of taking them down. You don't expect it to be easy.
And as you saw, all the names started getting red, and there were little red triangles. He actually spotted them by using Q. And Q works both on friendlies and enemies. So on enemies, it will show them and make their names all red, kind of allow you to see them a little bit better. But on friendlies, it'll allow you to quickly add them as a friend, add them to your squad.
Yeah, a little
those kind of
radio's so
social
handy.
network stuff.
Oh, down he goes.
Ouch.
Taken out by a actually a Liberator.
Liberator,
Yeah. It happens.
That's actually very tactical for a Liberator. You see all those infantry on top of that building? Just wipe them all out.
Yeah. A low run.
Nice.
Nothing wrong with
Have
that.
a little armor column.
I love these rolling fields. They're so good for tank warfare.
Oh, we have
wow.
a lot of it. Oh my god.
Guess what? We found the action. All right. This looks like a fully organized squad here. Trying to deal with 3-4 prowlers.
Infantry, and they're getting surrounded. There's a tank behind them. There's a tank up on that road that's coming around. There's actually a couple up on that road, and then there's 3 right here in the foreground.
TR are having none of that.
Oh no.
The
And they're
infant-
trying to utilize this tree.
Desperately trying to get in cover, but
Yeah.
they're getting obliterated.
And their spawning beacon, that giant beam that you saw earlier, just got destroyed.
We actually see, I believe that was a TR trooper with a silencer, because I wasn't seeing a muzzle flash there, so. But it's okay, because the NC brought in some air support, taking down one of the prowlers, leaving 3 or 4 up.
It was a nice armor column. I do not know what those infantry were thinking, running across
Galaxy
the ground
coming in.
like that.
That was quite the thing. It looks like they were trying to push as a concerted infantry push, which works fine until you get surrounded by armored vehicles. Then you're dead.
Yeah.
Another spawn beacon has been deployed, so we can expect to see more new conglomerate troopers moving in here. And this is a much better spot for the infantry to be because of the cover of the rocks and the nearby building.
And here comes the armor column right down this road. I guess we got like a galaxy in the back here that's trying to spawn.
Good place to land,
NC.
actually. Now, as long as they can start
NC
to
are
get
going to
units
spot
out.
that, though.
They have, but can they take him out? Because they've got to deal with the troops from that side and the armor coming in. They've got to fire at one or the other. They can't necessarily deal with both. So this is a good attack here from the Terran Republic. Lightnings are taking yet more damage as they move in. We're also seeing this kind of eerie twilight here where you're going to see a lot of the colors start washing out because of the lightning effects, and then it's going to go full dark.
Yeah, we do have a day and night cycle. Right now it's 2 to 4 hours, so we're experimenting with that. So you're going to definitely see that it gets dark. And these infantry will probably have a better time in the dark running across the field like that. And it looks like the TR did get that location. I don't know if you noticed before, but it did go neutral for a little
flipped.
bit there.
Yep. That was nicely picked up there by the Terran Republic. A good place to have.
They did quite a good job. They had a frontal attack with their armor. They spawned, you know,
A galaxy behind.
right on the side there. That was good.
Yeah, that was a good distraction.
I think they do have quite a bit of NC still in this location that they need to
Yeah,
clear
you've
out.
still got to clean up the vermin.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look at the map and see the progress on this area, because we've been hanging around Havar a little bit. You can see that's where Havar is right now. This area is... The NC are trying to take this area to push in closer so that they can have multiple angles of attack on their objective. The NC also currently significantly outnumber the Terran Republic. 36% Empire population versus 29.
I think Kigby exploited.
However, Havar influence is very clearly in the favor of the Terran Republic.
They're doing quite a good job, even though they're getting outnumbered by the NC there, too. They're
Havar
just being really organized.
Yeah.
Organized gameplay is going to be so important for your outfit.
Yeah.
You're just going to be able to accomplish a lot more.
Ooh, that's a
Ooh,
lot of flak
owie.
from the ground. He needs to get out of there. He's going to try and use the cover of the rocks.
Which is great and fantastic. He should be.
Ah, it's a flak tank, as you can see.
But he didn't actually use that. He could have gone down a little bit and used the rocks as he was going by, but he didn't.
He managed to get out of there, so that's the one thing about taking down a galaxy. Taking it down with just a single vehicle is pretty tricky. They are so tough and so expensive. One thing we should point out about Havar, which is the reason why it's very nice to have, is it's one of the only facilities on the map that actually gives you Araxium. One of those resources. And why don't you explain the difference between the different kinds of resources?
So each resource is going to allow you to get implants, weapons, customizations for your certs, and that kind of thing. So you're going to want to utilize those differently, as well as vehicles cost resources, and each of those kind of things cost a different type of resource. So depending on what you want, what you're trying to achieve, you're going to want to get a variety of them. And they do get consumed quite quickly. And right now we do have a maximum of each, so you can only get so much. Once that's used, you need more.
Oh, I love that twilight hue to everything. It's looking fantastic.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful. The sun is setting.
It's
On Araxis.
pretty damn beautiful. If you want to know some specifics about the different resources, so Araxium, it's kind of a big deal. You want to try and get as much of that as possible because you can use that to actually buy new equipment and weapons in the store. That's like your... What's the best way to... If we were to compare it to another game, say, let's think about League of Legends, for instance. That is like influence. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
You can also buy with Station Cash, which is essentially like Riot Points. So that's a good comparison. But there are three others: polymers, catalysts, and alloys. Now, each of these right now, bear in mind this is all subject to change, actually buy different vehicles. And they also buy different items. So if you want to buy your faction-specific attack aircraft and maybe the lightning light tank, so kind of the light vehicles, you need polymers. Polymers will also let you get claymores and C4. Now, if you were to look at alloys, you can get stuff like frag grenades with alloys, but you can also get sunderers and galaxies, and you pay a lot of alloys to do that. A lot. Currently, a galaxy's about 450, if I recall correctly. That's pricey. Now, catalysts, they are used to purchase the main battle tanks, Liberator Bomber, and you can also get spawn beacons and anti-tank mines using that. Now, as to how the resources are gained, you gain a resource depending on what regions you actually have. So if you've got a score in a particular region that, say, spawns catalysts, then you will gain a certain number, a smaller number of personal resources for yourself. Now, you gain resources passively every 5 minutes, depending on who owns what.
So it's very important for you to be taking more territory, getting more resources for your entire empire, not just yourself as well.
The Vanu are pushing forward once again. There's a risk of the Terran Republic getting cut off, and those precious resources will not occur if you lose connection to the warp gate.
And he's actually highlighting the resources
see.
for you, so you can see
Yeah.
what area is going to give you what.
This area is going to give you, that's 11 polymers there, 10 Araxium. A lot of the main facilities do give you Araxium because they're harder to take, they're more valuable. You'll see a lot of these outposts, also depending on their theme, giving you various different kinds of different resources there. It sounds complicated, but it really isn't. And you're going to realize quite rapidly what you need, and you realize, oh, I need a bunch of polymers. I don't have any. Why don't I have any? Look at your map. Oh, we don't own anyone that has any polymers. Let's go get them. You can also play strategically. You know your opponent is deploying a lot of Galaxy dropships. You know the Galaxy dropships cost alloys.
Yeah, you
so
can
what do
cut
you do?
off their line.
You cut them off. You steal them. You take those resources away. And then suddenly the number of galaxies coming your way is lessened. So, something to consider on a tactical level.
We haven't seen that much of that yet.
No, it's not surprising we're not seeing that much because I guess the game is very new. It's still in beta, so a lot of people don't necessarily fully understand the actual resource system. So I think once they get the hang of it, they'll know what's going on.
And here we are. It's getting quite dark. This is our night cycle. And as you can see, it's hard to see other vehicles, and it's hard to differentiate who's who.
This is getting brutal, though, one way or the other. A couple of NC aircraft moving their way in. Vanu aircraft taken down. TR also in the air. A lot of flak coming from the ground, though, so Reavers are having a bit of a difficult time. There are a lot of Reavers.
Yeah. Where's those sights?
I see no sights. All
They
I
need to
see
come
is
clear
NC
those
versus
guys out.
TR. Once again, the VS have run off elsewhere.
Oh, goodness.
That said, I don't really blame them. I wouldn't want to get anywhere near this. This is brutal. It's very messy. NC are trying their best to do strafing runs. Bear in mind that this area that we see here was owned by the Vanu about 30 minutes ago. They've been driven out completely. Now the TR are holding it with a large number of anti-air flak cannons, driving off any attempt to attack. And as you can see, it gets pretty damn dark. There are ways and means around it, though.
Looks like
Infrared
the
scopes,
NC
night vision.
is still trying to push over here. Yeah, and
He's
there
a
are
brave one.
Yeah, there are flashlights that you can use, headlights on your vehicles. Not always a tactical thing to be using. Can be difficult because if you are using those, people are going to be able to spot you a lot easier.
Galaxy now coming in. That looks to be New Conglomerate. Could be Vanu. Can't
Hopefully
really
he's
tell.
doing a drop. See, this is what I don't understand is why people just land their Galaxy
Why would
in
you put it
front.
there?
Yeah, it's like,
If you can get enough
drop your
people
guys,
out in
yeah.
time, that works. But I don't think this is going to work out well for him. There's a couple of NC troopers are moving in, but it's mostly TR, and this Galaxy
they're just trying to run into that building right now. Look
Well, it's one way of doing it. I mean, are you willing to sacrifice a Galaxy to take this area? I guess that's the really important thing.
We got a bomber above, I think.
Looks
Is
like
that
it.
what
Looks
is?
like a Liberator. Unfortunately, going that low is a surefire way of getting shot out of the sky. Yeah, something like that. Liberators might be tough, but if you're going to go that low next to flak, then it's only going to go one way for you.
Another Galaxy landing on this biolab.
NC now deploying Galaxy on top of there, which is currently held by the TR.
They're
Single
taking
lone
a
drop
lot of
trooper.
air damage, though.
Oh, that was a drop pod right on top. That's one way of dealing with it.
They did get some people on top of that point, so hopefully they can push out.
NC max unit plus a couple of other NC units trying to take them
A
down.
light assault.
That light assault is actually running rings around that max unit right now, but unfortunately it just wasn't quite enough.
I don't know. He was like kind of in front of him. He should have been using his jump jet to jump over him and behind.
They learn. It takes a while. I mean, we can say that it's a hard game. Once it's a hard game, I think it's just got a lot of depth. It's got a lot to learn. You got to figure out slowly but surely how things work.
Looks like they're still going to try to do some bombs. I don't know why someone hasn't taken out that guy who's shooting at them.
Well, I think it's always easy to say that when we have an aerial view.
That's true.
If you're a perspective of a trooper on the ground, you often don't know unless you're communicating with your squad and platoon.
But they are flying around up top there. I think that they should be able to see where that's coming from.
Galaxy now deployed on the
trying
ridge.
to deploy down here. This is actually kind of a good location for them if they weren't already spotted.
It looks like there's an NC Liberator moving over that position and a Vanguard tank banging it. So that's what I like to see. You've got the Galaxy dropping behind the line and supported by vehicles and aircraft on the ground. You drop it straight in there, it's a bullet magnet.
Yeah, but he's giving the location away as well because he's backing up.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Well, they flew off, so hopefully they'll make it safely away. Quite a bit of aircraft up there. Reavers.
I do rather enjoy seeing flak light up the night sky, especially when it's red. That might be a bias thing for me. Who knows?
I think that's definitely a bias thing.
Well, he's a brave one.
Very brave.
Yeah, very dead very soon if he's not careful. Thankfully, flak takes a lot to take down a Galaxy. As it should be. A Galaxy's so expensive.
Look at all those rockets.
It's the 4th of July. Nice to see a lot of infantry work there. The Terran Republic have this area held very well. Assaults from the ground are getting cut to pieces thanks to those heavy assault, and assaults from the air are getting taken out by max units.
And they also have the high ground here, so they're able to just pop rockets down that hill. While the NC are slowly trying to make it up the hill. And is that the... Yeah, that's the NC. There's Mag Riders right on the side up there trying to assault from the other side. No air support from them, though.
Not really.
So...
If we take a quick look at the map for a second, I'm actually getting a tip that there might be some crazy action going on near Alatum. Yeah, right. Yeah, we are right there, actually. So if we were to go a little bit to the left, we'll find it. It's right around the biolab. Oh, wow. It's interesting that we always get tips and we're already there. It's like, yeah, we found the fight. It's right there. It's getting crazy.
It's a little difficult to see just because it's so dark right now.
Yes. You're going to see a lot of tracer fire. If you like lights in the sky, then that's what you're going to see. You might not see much else, but it is something that it's just that the aerial cam suffers from versus a trooper, because a trooper's probably going to put a light on his gun. He's probably going to put one of the brand new scopes, actually, that we saw just yesterday. Really good. I mean, this thing outlines heat signatures in red versus a white background. It is incredibly effective at night.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the unlockables.
Certain weapons can get it, so yeah, certify for it. Check it out, try it out.
Definitely.
We've been messing around with that too. I think a lot of people have tried our old infrared night vision stuff, and it was a little different. We changed it up a bit, so it is kind of more that gray look on it.
Vanu continuing to assault his position. Actually, I wonder where the Vanu came from, because, like, hang on a second. When
It was Thunderer there.
It was NC versus TR a minute ago.
Yeah, well, we had there were some Mag Riders that came up that ridge on the side.
Yeah.
They were kind of getting a little demolished there. I'm not sure. Maybe they were just distracting over there on that base, trying to get in on that action, and then also taking that base in the back there.
No question. In we go once again.
Ooh, and there we have some... Is that Reavers that are up there
Yeah.
in the sky?
Actually, a significant number of aircraft coming in this direction. There is so much AA, though, it's risky. Reavers making attack runs, just dipping down, firing off their rockets and getting out of there as quickly as they can. Prowler taking significant fire.
Look at that area just bombarded.
Well, I mean, the TR have this area locked down tight, but the NC are trying to push in. This is the kind of position where I'd like to say, get some Sunderers. Or a Galaxy drop here is risky. That's a great place to put it. There we go. Looks like the NC have actually made their way inside. The TR are having problems. Max has been flanked. Gets gunned down. Max reloading his dual
The
cyclist
medic's
right
reviving them, though. Maybe.
Nice, yeah, nice use of the medic. He's back up. I believe they might even be using the Galaxy's left-hand gun here. Big concerted push.
That medic is getting a lot of work. It's been reviving them left and right.
They're
helping
pushing
push out.
really hard
Yeah.
here.
Ooh.
The TR are continuing to hold this position, but they're having trouble. It's nicely organized
as you
NC
can see,
outfit play here.
A Galaxy being able to allow everyone to spawn right there is so good. Hopefully
Yeah, it's a
they
perfect
can
place
hold
to put
this.
it. And then once you get enough troops on the ground, the TR can't actually just take pot shots at it freely because they've got to worry about being taken out.
Heavy assault using his shield. That medic is doing such a good job. He's healing
Yep,
people.
that is.
He's reviving people.
He's a hero.
Yes.
The NC clearly don't deserve him. She's going to join the TR. It's much more useful there. NC are
Hopefully
making a
they
concerted
protect
push.
him.
TR only just holding on. Terran Republic heavy assault units coming from the left. Do a little bit of damage here and there, but still holding on to that indoor location. Now, if the TR can only push back and
Oh,
start
they're
to...
bringing some maxes.
Uh-oh. That's a line breaker. Gotta watch out for that.
Heavy assault pushing in, letting the max go ahead of him.
Oh,
That's
those
so
are max
good.
scatter cannons. Ooh, you don't want to be near those. The TR max, the NC max unit has the max scatter cannon, which is essentially a giant double-barreled wrist-mounted shotgun, and you can have two of them.
And maxes are so good at area control because you do not want to be close to them. If you
No.
get a good distance from them, you can just take them out, and it's going to be a lot harder for them to take you out because their range is not very far. They're doing a really good job pushing in here.
Nice use of the spawn beacon over there as well, actually, giving more ways to get in. However, the TR aren't licked yet. They're actually trying to push back, and they're doing damage to those galaxies.
They're doing damage to the galaxy down there, which is a great distraction, while their other galaxy in the back there is pretty good.
That's so many troopers,
Yeah.
but that is a lot of TR now pushing back in. The Prowler now comes around. Now there's an opportunity,
there
perhaps.
You go.
Oh.
But the rocket launcher.
They're not having that. And a Scythe comes in to join the fun, because why not? VS is here too. More rockets heading over in the direction of that. If that Prowler stays alive and that Galaxy goes down, then TR should hold this area.
It's smoking pretty bad right now. I would start retreating.
It's
back.
bleeding badly. Prowler's tough. He can take it.
I don't know about that.
He's still taking it. That's the 7th rocket that just hit it there. But it's
That
all
last
in the
one
front
was kind of
armor.
off, so probably didn't do as much damage.
8th hit, and there's the detonation.
And there you go. And the Galaxy's doing pretty
Still
good.
alive. Still alive. Smoking, but it's still there. And these firefights could actually go on for hours, potentially.
Yeah, they could be fighting over this entire base for a full day if people were being super organized on both sides.
It's happened. In Planetside 1, I remember a fight where I was up for 10 hours just fighting over one base, and it still wasn't over by the time I
3
left.
days on a tower.
Mm.
It was insane.
It can happen. More NC Max units trying to push forward.
Utilizing his engineer turret right there.
That's not a bad place to put it, really. Get a couple of those down.
As long as he has support from the back, because you can't really see what's going on back there. But the hill's just down the way, so he probably is actually pretty safe. And the base just went neutral, it looks like, or this location right here. Yep.
Confirmed neutral.
Who do we have in there?
TR's in there, though.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
nice. But Max just...
Maxes can't hack.
He can't hack, but he can at least take care of the guys that are in there.
Yep. Yep, this is space neutral, which means neither player is going to be able to spawn
And the
from
Galaxy's trying to get out, but
Uh-uh.
does not make it.
It's not happening.
Wow.
TR
And
have
the
it.
Terran get it back.
TR has it. There we go.
Is that a...
I can't tell. There's too much
Yeah,
smoke.
I'm like, okay,
It's
it is.
VS, yeah.
I was like, is that a VS?
Yep,
Galaxy?
Varna's sovereignty pushing in. All over this one area. Let's have a quick look at the map and see what's going on.
So 5 seconds ago, we just had the NC gal right there, and now the Vanu are
Good
trying
God.
to get in on that.
Look at what happened to the TR here.
They are just getting
This area is
demolished.
completely cut off. They can hold the position, but they have resources from the warp gate, and then they are gaining...
Oh, they just took that other area right there.
Oh, very
so-
nice. They've reconnected it. I was going to say they have a metric ton of that one resource that name escapes me, which is alloys. Yeah, they've got loads of alloys, but they're starved of everything else, which means that that's probably why you're not seeing a lot of attack aircraft coming in, because
Yeah.
they don't have any polymers to build them. But you are seeing plenty of galaxies.
And they're pulling quite a bit of prowlers as well, so.
Yeah.
Saw some explosions over there. He's checking it out.
Have a look at a little outburst.
How's Havar?
It's getting a bit messy by the looks of it.
Got a few galaxies spawning.
Now that the TR have reconnected their territory, they may be in a position to take this, but there's a couple of new conglomerate galaxies. It's like 3 of them. 4th one. That's a really nice place to
Jeez.
park it. We've
Yeah.
actually seen almost every galaxy pilot tries to take that area because it's right next to the jump pad. So you jump out, spawn at the galaxy, you're immediately moving and away from the galaxy's location.
But if you, where they've been parking it right there in the open sides is not the best location. If you can actually get your galaxy into the, a little further down there, there's actually some wall side protection as well.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to maneuver, but if you master it, you can get in there.
It works.
We're actually seeing this galaxy retreat.
I don't think it's going to live very long. It's trying to make its
I'm
way to the air
hoping he
tower.
does because,
Oh, down he
oh
goes.
no,
Right next to a TR air tower. Not ideal.
not the best location to go. Back
Well, the
to.
TR now, they're actually holding that base there. That base we just passed. This tower, I think, is currently, yeah, that's neutral right now. Who's in it? TR? Looks like
Yeah,
TR.
let me see.
It's a little difficult to tell at night. You've got to look kind of at the
Yep,
shape and the
TR.
silhouette of the armor.
TR just took it back.
Very nice. So we're currently surrounding the Havar area. If we take a quick look at the map, and we'll look at capture points here. So here in the center, that's Havar, and that's a lot of troops that are nearby. These are all Terran Republic. They hold points C, E. A is currently contested. B is held. I think actually...
B is not held. They
Yeah.
actually need to take that back. But D is, they're holding that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking actually well, this is from NC perspective, I think, right? So...
Oh, that's right. You're right.
yeah,
you're
it
right,
is.
yeah.
So E and F held by New Conglomerate. A lot of troops there. B, the tower, held by the Terran Republic. A currently contested with friendly tanks surrounding it. So let's head on into the base itself and let's see what we can find. Because I'm seeing a huge amount of nonsense going on in here. And of course, we just
Probably
haven't got
up
to see
top.
that.
The capture point is actually up in the middle there.
It's a big internal war.
Oh. And that is not where you want to be, right up next to MX. But they have enough troops that they're able to just take him down.
I'd say NC are currently winning our fight for Havar little event that we've got going on here. The TR are going to have to try a little harder than that.
They probably all went up to the capture point is what I'm guessing. Yep, there they are.
Yeah, there are so
Engineer
many new
repairing.
conglomerate troops, I just don't see the Havar area being held here. But to be fair, even if you capture the internal point there, you've still got to worry about everything around the side, and TR held a few of those, so TR is currently in control of that area, but NC just took the internal capture point. What else do they hold? NC Reavers coming in, taking fire. Let's have a look, and ooh, this is looking good for the NC. They don't have A, they don't have B, but they've got everything else. C, D, E, and F in control
And
of
that
New
should be
Conglomerate.
enough. If they can
It should be.
keep those on lockdown, they should have enough. Well, it depends on, I don't know where they are on the tickets right now. Looks like the neutral run is, only got one guy there.
Is that one TR Max just saying you're not having this point?
Can't hack it.
No, he can't.
Oh, but he might get contested by that, Max. And if you want to join in on this, kind of get your, your outfit spotlighted, or maybe just yourself, we are on West Beta 01 US. So come join us.
Yeah, we're currently focusing on Havar. We had a look at a couple of bases earlier, but this is where most of the action is. That, of course, does involve you getting out of bed, which is problematic for some people on a Sunday. I understand. Most of us would like to be asleep right now, too, but bringing you Planetside action is always
So
worthwhile.
the NC got the base.
They got it.
Awesome.
If we zoom out a little bit, then we will see the influence it's given them.
Ooh,
And
the
look
TR.
at that. There's collaboration going on here. I don't like this at all. Look at this. Vanu and NC have managed to cut off the TR again, so they actually have a source of Araxium that they're not getting.
So they are
Biolab.
holding most of the map here, which is really awesome.
Yeah, it's incredibly rare as well.
Oh, come on.
It is. We haven't seen that so much. What is going on down there? I see a huge red hot spot. Looks like the TR are being pushed all the way back to their warp gate. Let's have a look. VS, hold this area.
Got a little thunder. There's the warp gate right there.
Should probably mention as well the hotspot system is not necessarily accurate all the time.
Yeah,
Not
we're
yet,
still
anyway.
working on a lot
Well, it
of
only
that.
just came in, so it's a fairly new feature for the beta. You can't go in there because that's obviously not his. In the aerial camera view, actually does have a faction associated with it. This is a developer-only feature that's just been brought in, just so
Yeah.
we can give you this nice view here. We'll take another look at the map and we'll see what's going on. All right, so the fight is... What's that facility? That's Paris. All right, let's go take a look. I would imagine the TR are probably trying to push that area pretty heavily. That bridge, needless to say, can be a point of contention. TR are kind of nowhere to be seen at the moment. They are very much outnumbered on this map, which is not helping at all.
Yeah, the NC have the majority of the population.
Well, it doesn't
Which-
surprise me that the majority
yeah.
of players are playing the easiest faction.
There's
True
a
story.
scythe. I'm not really sure what the scythe is doing. Oh, maybe found some enemies down there?
Scythe's going to see what I can do, which is not an awful lot. And the TR are actually nowhere to be seen right now.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting cut off. I'm not sure if they're trying to just hold that base that they own in the middle there, or... And as you see, whenever we're passing those terminals that have the little ammo thing on those are for vehicle resupply. So you can resupply your vehicles there, repair your vehicles.
Couple of new conglomerate liberators, or as that Vanu.
I
You
think
can
it's
never.
Vanu. That's Vanu.
You see, this is why I love playing as Knight as the TR, because I don't care what color they are. I've got to shoot them anyway, so that doesn't really matter to me.
Shoot your friends, too. I don't mind that. You can shoot your friends all you want.
Their sacrifice will be remembered.
There's some mag riders shooting. Looks like they're going to try to take this location again.
Again, yeah.
And they have 2 mag riders, what it looks like. A lightning that needs some love.
It's a max with the Pounder anti-vehicle grenade launchers. Good way to deal with vehicles coming in at you.
He's using that window.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, there's another one right outside. But there are some more mag riders.
Let's stack them up. I actually saw that. There's a great little video yesterday. 7 Vanguards stacked on top of each other. There's one giant tank tower. And then a galaxy ran them all over. But
It's
destructive.
like bowling.
That's exactly what it is, yeah. Vanguard bowling. Try it today.
We actually saw that one guy with a scythe. Was that the scythe that just came down and mowed all
You can do
those
it.
TR down?
Yeah,
Oh, that
I think
was
that,
so
that guy
funny.
wanted a Thresher from Planetside 1, yeah?
Yeah.
That is something I hope you guys bring back. The buggies were so much fun.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be adding some more vehicles as we progress. That's
Yeah.
the great thing about being an MMO. We can continually add content.
Put more stuff in it,
Yep.
yeah. You see, we're actually finally now seeing a good use of the Liberator there. A very standoff position, high altitude bombing. There's two of them right there.
And if they work together, they'll be able to just take tanks out in one, round. Well, if they aim correctly.
They're pretty effective. There's another one down there. This area's getting carpeted,
Like three of
so
them.
that's a good answer, I think, to a lot of AA. Even if it's anti-air, if you've still got 3 or 4 Liberators, you can still carpet bomb an area. You can't sit in that, so they're keeping them indoors, which gives them the opportunity to control that area better.
And something that they also have is they have some scythe support with a kind of little collision there. And then they also have mag riders down on the ground, so they're utilizing their air and ground combat.
That's a hit. Missile takes him out, and down goes the Liberator.
Nicely done.
Vanu air superiority starting to be reasserted in this region.
Is that one of their galaxies? It looks like it because they weren't shooting at it, so.
We'll see where it wants to go.
Well, they already have one right there, right?
They do, yeah.
Looks like they're pushing in. We got some medics in there.
Well, welcome once
TR
again
up
to the
top.
biolab. The TR are trying to push in, but they are dealing with a lot of Vanu reinforcements. TR currently hold this region.
And this is the biolab, the infantry section that we were talking about previously. It's just so much fun.
Yeah, because you can dip in and out of trees. I mean, it's essentially jungle warfare in a futuristic setting.
Yeah, and it's nighttime right now, so it's super dark as well, so you can just blend in. And as an infiltrator, this is what I was talking about. I
Pretty
love
awesome.
it.
It's hard to deny that it's pretty damn cool.
So we provide you with that open battlefield where you can play with, armor columns, aircrafts, and as well as just infantry areas that are pretty cool.
Oh, I have a report here, actually. Battlefield war reporting coming in. The 666 Devil Dogs are about to be coming in. They're an NC outfit. They have a significant amount of experience with the original game.
Awesome.
So if any representative from the Devil Dogs wants to let me know where they're going to be, we will be there, and we'll show off what you can do.
And we're
So-
watching the channel, too, so if
Yeah.
you...
So if you happen to be in our Twitch channels, twitch.tv/Totalbiscuit, you'll let us know there. Best way to do it is to tweet at me or at Maggie here. So that's at Totalbiscuit or at Perfect Storm with 2 R's.
Yep, and we'll be watching you guys.
Yep, we will keep an eye out for you. So if the Devil Dogs want to make an appearance, they are more than welcome. It's
All
cool to
right.
see the old school outfits coming back. And once again, it's a little hard for us to keep track of everything that's going on the map because it is so big. We can only be in one location at a time. But, wow, that's a TR outpost and a half, isn't it? We've got blue capture right here. Havar is once again controlled by the new conglomerate, and there are some significant battles going on over there by the looks of it. Let's head back over to that Havar border between Havar and the Terran Republic Warp Gate.
Looks like we're seeing quite a bit of explosions on our way there. Some mag riders moving up the hill over here. The galaxy, the
I want to see this outfit. Because these guys are so famous that Matt Higbee actually has them on his tie.
Yeah.
That is a fact. Should be seeing them come along fairly shortly, assuming they can find us.
Ooh.
Oh, ouch.
Oh.
That was
And
nasty,
they were
nasty
standing
place
right
to be.
next to each other, both of those maxes.
Yeah, definitely. Confirmation of Devil Dogs at West Highland Checkpoint.
West Highland Checkpoint.
West Highland Checkpoint, if we want to have a look for them. Our cameraman needs no map. He's an expert at this game. This is the cool thing, I think, that Planetside, once it comes out, this is going to end up happening, because outfits make a name for themselves, and then people report on what they're doing. So you get this kind of live war report thing, and you can even see what's going on with using the mobile app that they've got coming out for the iPad.
And that's something we definitely want to focus on. I know that I'll be streaming a bunch, and I would love to see that. So if you guys do have war reports, let me know, and I'll, maybe I'll be able to stream some of this view, and that way I can come check it out, give you guys some news reports as we're going through it.
It's going to be very difficult to see them in the grim darkness of the night, however. We'll see.
Oh, if you have a swarm, I think
It's
we're going to be
okay.
able to see
Don't worry.
them.
We have magical powers. Ta-da! That makes things much easier. That's the West Highland checkpoint. We had a lot of battles over this area recently. We could see a significant amount of new conglomerate mobilizing around this area.
Yeah, we had some really great battles right here.
It's great because you've got a spawn point high up. It's fantastic because you tend to get vehicles rolling down the hill, and then you've got everyone bunkers up at the West Highland checkpoint and actually tries to hold it. And that chasm could be very dangerous for vehicles to drive down. They can be easily ambushed from the ridge, and of course the rocks from either side.
And there we go. We have quite a little squadron of aircraft.
That is a significant number of them, so we might be seeing some outfit play here.
People drop podding in. A couple of galaxies to the right there.
Quite a few new conglomerate Reavers. There is, however, a Vanu Galaxy there, and they're taking a lot of fire from that biolab. Looks like the Vanu hold the biolab, and the NC are trying to attack it. Unfortunately, there is a Terran Republic outpost here that we'll need to break in order to make that happen.
And I just got a tweet about our mobile app, and that's something that we haven't talked about today. We will have a mobile app, so you'll be able to see the map right from your Android, iOS, Apple. So like you can use it for your iPad, you can use it on your phone, and you'll be able to chat with your teammates right from there via voice or chat. You'll be able to check out the map and constantly see what's going on the battlefield. And you'll be able to see all your stats. It's a great way to see everything that's going on real time.
The chat features... Oh, that was full of troops.
Ouch.
Taken out right there. That was unpleasant. The thing I like most probably about the mobile app is that if you happen to be like on your way home from work or school or anything along those lines, you can actually communicate with your outfit
or
via
if
the
you're
app.
Late, yeah, you can be like, hey, I'm running late.
Yeah, you can just go on the voiceover IP via that, which is great. All right, that's a lot of NC troopers now mobilizing from that galaxy. They're going to be making their way up the hill, and you might think, oh, why are they running up the hill? It's actually one of the best ways to get up there. I mean, you can't get vehicles up there easily, so dashing up from a spawn point like that is good. And there you go. That looks to be the Devil Dogs outfit from the new conglomerate side, and there are a lot of them.
There's a lot of rocket launchers too, so hopefully that will help them.
We're seeing we're seeing a lot of the use of the heavy assault for that reason, because it's just such a great class to deal with a lot of different situations.
Oh, but look at
the TR are having none of that, though.
They are ready.
TR Max is prepared at the top of the hill, and you're charging up this hill, running into a wall of bullets. But organized outfit play here from the Devil Dogs might be enough. We've got a lot of medics and heavy assault at the front, taking the majority of the fire on the shields. Grenades going out right there.
I don't think that guy saw the Max right there to the left, so hopefully they can pot shot some stuff in there.
We
have some medics in the back healing, repairing, getting some guys up. The spawn beacon just was placed by the NC, and then there they go. Second spawn beacon.
Very nice. So the NC now made a concerted push on this area. Max units coming up the hill, and the Terran Republic forces being forced back. A couple of Maxes remain alive, but it's very difficult to deal with this many organized troops.
The Meg has a lot of work to do, too. There's some dead soldiers right there. Oh, and they have some support from the Vanguard. That's going to be great. And that's something that we were talking about before. It's so important to have a combination of your ground troops, getting support from aircraft, getting support from your other ground vehicles.
Man, we've seen so much contention
Oh,
around
and
this
they're
point.
taking the top right here, too. They got some Maxes up there. An engineer, it looks like he just went down. Infiltrators.
Multiple snipers on the roof right there. Very nice way of picking away at Max units. Also picking off medics. So good for that.
Oh, yeah. As you can see, medics are so important in this. They're constantly reviving people, and they're allowing them to push forward. But it looks like they're still
TR just holding on here.
They're going to have to all go together. I don't know why. They keep going over this thing one at a time.
As he pushes through one down, the shield has been activated there, and the heavy assault.
Down.
There it is.
They do have a medic in there, so hopefully they can
surprise Max unit.
Oh, no. Jump Jetter is using his jump jets wisely, getting right over that wall. Don't know if they're going to be able to take him out. It looks like he's...
Oh, the Vanu are here for the party as well, so... Oh, God. I think that was a Reaver.
I think we have some Vanu right.
hello.
Oh my goodness, there's a whole squad of Vanu just rushing from this building. This is insane.
Well, this is the one problem with highlighting where a famous outfit is. Every other outfit tries to come and kill them.
Yeah, that's true. So we have the Vanu that are actually holding the point still. Just took it. And then we have the NC that are coming up the hill. I don't even know if they're still over there anymore.
I think they should be. I think have they taken this point?
Yeah, they're still running up the hill.
Up the hill. That's a huge amount of NC units. But they're going to have to go up against a well-organized force. So we're going to see platoon on platoon.
Ooh, there's still a TR guy right in the middle of it.
With the TR caught in the middle. Not where you want to be. Not at all.
Oh, and he didn't even fight back. He just kind of ran around confused.
Well, what are you going to do against 20 of them? It's difficult.
Yeah, try to defend what he was doing.
You see the Vanu right there have taken the control point. They're still on this area, so it's now NC versus Vanu to take this point, which is very important because this is one of the biggest areas you need to take in order to grab the nearby facility.
And they have quite the force right here. Bunch of medics. They have, oh man.
In they go. Significant platoon action.
And what they can do is they can keep their spawn on lockdown, so they're not going to be able to continually spawn and grab armor. And then hopefully they can push outside and take that point as well.
It's nice to see things starting to heat up, actually, from the outfits. They've finally woken up, gotten out of bed, had their breakfast, said, right, well, we just want to kill some guys.
Ouch.
Vanu trying desperately to take down that max unit, but good lord.
He's
right into the corner.
And that Max is using the wall so wisely. He's getting right back in there so that like the heavy or the light assault couldn't jump over him. But it didn't save him.
Pulsar armed Vanu Max now pushing away here. The Vanu still hold this area. NC coming around the side. They want to take that double flamethrower Max unit.
Oh, that's brutal.
That is a capture point breaker if I've ever seen one.
Yeah.
Nothing lives through that.
Flamethrower has such a close range, but it's so good at just wiping out infantry. And as you can see, he just toasted all of them.
And his friends are going to hack in the meantime. So that was a decisive move right there from the NC. Vanu aren't going to let him take that easily, but that was very cool. It just flipped. NC now has control of the base.
Yeah.
Question is, do the Vanu have a nearby spawn point?
I don't
Well, they've managed
know.
to get 2 max units out of nowhere, so I assume they... I wonder, can we have a look at the map and see if they actually hold the base? Map coming in. That's why. That's where they're coming from. So the fight right here is over the Biolab Alatum. In fact, there are 4 main capture points inside the base, but however, capture point A is perhaps the most important because it is the best spawning area. There's also a barracks over to the west, which could be used as a spawn point as well. That's currently held by the TR, which explains why they're still here. Influence, however, is primarily Vanu, but the NC are going to want to take that off.
I was wondering where those Vanu come. They just were like swarming
They
that
kept
building.
coming, yeah.
That was amazing.
They're coming from the base. Now, the thing is, holding the base is going to let them bring vehicles into the fray as well, whereas the Devil Dogs don't actually have any.
Oh, and this Max is not letting anyone there. He's just standing there holding that point. He's like, no. Oh, and it looks like they're going to load this
Okay,
galaxy.
let's follow this galaxy, because we're loading up in the galaxy. It looks like we might have a direct drop onto the top of the Biolab. And if they deploy the galaxy on the Biolab at that point, then things start to get really interesting.
It looks like it's probably almost full. I don't know if they're going to have enough space for all of those troops. It looks like some of them are just going to hoof it.
Okay, they're all loading in. We're going to keep an eye on the galaxy and see where it decides to go. It could be used as a ferry, actually, just to start bringing troops up to the top of the Biolab. That large air pad is a vulnerability in this kind of facility.
I think the galaxy is kind of full. Too many Maxes in there. So
Yeah,
it's
a bit fat. It's going to land again. It looks like it's actually missing one of its troops. So we will stay on that galaxy right now. Vanguard tank coming in for support.
And this is a great location because they can pull tanks.
All right, galaxy is airborne. Where's
right.
it going? That's most likely full of troops. I would think that it would be maxed out. So we could see a galaxy hot drop, or we could attempt to land on the pad. Let's see what he tries to do.
I'm thinking that they probably want to just do a hot drop really quick. Oh, look at that.
You want a hot drop into that? No, you don't. Both TR and VS were waiting. Galaxy's had to pull away now, and he's going to have to land in these trees. But he can land behind point B and take that barracks away from the TR, which essentially breaks any Terran Republic presence in the region.
And that was a really good defense move for the Vanu. They used that high ground, they used the launch pads. Got some AA, AV up there, some anti-infantry.
Galaxy is deployed behind the ridge of the hill.
It needs
and
repairs.
is only slightly
Oh, no.
slipping. Just,
It's
no,
going
no. It's going down the hill. All right, that's good. Nailed it. Completely nailed it. No.
It's still going.
Uh-oh. This.
And it's stuck on the rock.
No, the wing snapped. Oh. It's still good.
Oh,
No, it isn't.
no.
And whoever was flying that now gets the Idiot of the Week award. Oh, well. So the NC don't have a spawn point, but they do have a lot of
some
medics, so they could push in here and actually take this area. Then they will have secured a spawn point at that time. Let's see if they pull it off. Anti-vehicle
Jump
max
Jet are
moving
going
in.
up in this tree.
It
Well,
works.
that's kind of cool.
Make use of it.
Ouch. Max, they're all trying to run away from him.
It is, however, an anti-vehicle max, so it's going to struggle a little bit. That one isn't. That's a dual cycler, which is 2 massive miniguns.
Ow,
Wow.
he just took him down from the tree.
Takes the low-hanging fruit. And it looks like
they're surrounding them with
I saw a
maxes.
second Galaxy coming over the ridge right there.
That guy had no chance. He
Three
was
max,
full of three
max
maxes in the
patrol takes it
middle.
out. Oh, second Galaxy comes in. He's going to try and... he tries to run over the max units, I think.
That, I would... Ooh, what is going on?
This
I would
guy's
not
a
have landed
interesting
it there.
pilot.
There are 3 maxes that already have spotted him. I would have probably gone behind that hill.
Whoa. I don't know if he's a good pilot or a terrible pilot. I can't tell. It's all right. It's...
Well, it is NC. They're
It's
probably all
deployed.
getting lessons from Clegg. But it is getting bombarded, though.
Well, the Vanu's now taking that now. So, in the meantime, amongst all of that nonsense, that ended up happening. Let's have another look at the map and see what the influence is looking like. Because it looks like the Vanu has this place pretty well locked down. Yeah, 78%, well, 56% influence in this region. The NC is continuing to push. This is locked now, however. That's the real problem. They can't do anything because this base is locked for the next few minutes. So this is the kind of time where your outfit's going to regroup and get ready for the next attack.
Yep. And hopefully we'll have some good farm-ups because there were quite a bit of NC there. We have the Devil Dogs. The Vanu are all over the place right now, too.
Yep. If we have any other outfits that want to put on a show for us here on the PAX stream, by all means, tweet at Totalbiscuit or at Perfect Storm, P-U-R-R-F-E-C-T, Storm. Tweet at us, let us know where your outfit is, and we'll go and find you. At the moment, the Devil Dogs seem to have been completely routed from this region. There's a lot of sites in the air. There are Galaxy support ships. This entire area is completely locked down by the Vanu. And of
this
course,
is what I like seeing, too, is that there are sites there waiting for the Galaxy to form up.
Yeah.
And they're going to give them some support. And then we have some Mag Raiders here down at the bottom. What just blew that scythe up, though?
I think a couple of Reavers actually went on a bombing run there.
They're scouting. Devil Dogs are at West Highland is what I'm hearing.
Yep. So we go back to the West Highland checkpoint. That was actually the checkpoint down there. That's West Highland.
Oh, and there's some
Hello.
aircraft right there.
They brought friends. A large flotilla of NC Reavers now moving in to engage the sites on the ground. There are 3 Galaxies deployed down there ready to go. Sites coming in for a strafing run. NC air superiority is yet to be proven.
Yeah, and if you want a shout out from your outfit, please tweet at us at Perfect Storm, at Total Biscuit. Let us know so we can know where you guys are and who you are, so
We'll
we
show
can give
you
you some
off.
credit. Yeah.
Server is currently West 01. We are on US West 01. Action is starting to heat up right now. We've got 2 Galaxies and a multitude of Reavers. 4 Galaxies now from the new conglomerate moving in. The
Vanu
air
are
battle is...
still getting some shots on these.
The Vanu are getting
Reavers.
pounded, let's be honest. There are so many Reavers in the air.
What the Vanu should be doing right now, if they want to get that location back from them, they need to take that ridge right there that we've been seeing people fight at before.
NC looking to deploy right now. We've got NC and Vanu battling out on the ground. A significant number of sites is actually being gathered, though. The control of this base is allowing multiple spawns of aircraft. We also have Vanu Liberators trying to deal with ground forces.
It looks like they're assaulting Altum with their gals.
Yeah, they're going all the way in. You can see the galaxies now moving towards Biolab Altum. But going anywhere near those two air pads is suicide. There's so many sites, and there are a lot